Ow! Ooh, ow!
What were you doing?
You alright? Everything alright?
I think we found the intro to the podcast there.
Ow! I scratched my back really hard.
What? Why?
Because I was scratching my back and I've got a sharp nail.
You just going, oh, that's good. Oh, I'm going to scratch my back.
No, it just got caught on my skin.
The sheer frustration at not reaching the spot. Hello everybody, welcome to the TernaryGame podcast, or the TernaryCast. We're not sure yet, are we?
No, we don't really have
Or
100%
name pending.
Name pending,
Ooh,
as yet
that's quite a good
untitled.
name. That's a program, I think.
Oh, well, great.
It is, yeah.
Well, I'll
well.
rescind that, if that's a word. Rescind.
Name pending is quite good, though. I quite
Rescind.
like that.
Or resend. I don't
Rescind or resend?
I don't know.
I take that back.
You're the literate one, Bethany.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never heard
like
those
this
words
drama.
before.
You should know all these words and things. And
You're the one that says, what do you say? What's that word she uses? Pertinent. She's the one that says pertinent.
It's a good word. I enjoy it.
what even is pertinent?
It's important. Like it's
Why do
kind
you
of like
say
paramount.
important?
Because pertinent sounds better.
Well, you think you're better than us because
But
you say
pertinent.
pertinent and
I
we're
don't
mere-
think that I'm better than you. I know I'm better. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, there she
wow.
goes. She's just admitted it. Now live on the air.
Live on the radio waves.
We could do live ones in
No,
the
I'm
future, maybe.
joking.
But
That would be cool. Yeah, I need a bit more
So-
practice first.
yes, welcome to the podcast. This is going to be probably quite, quite messy because we've not practiced this. We did a pilot last year that was really bad.
It was terrible.
So
Yeah.
that doesn't exist anymore, as far as I'm aware. And we've been meaning to do a podcast since the very beginning of our channel. That was one of the
Mhm.
original series we planned.
Yeah.
Right.
It was, yeah.
It was, and now we're
Yes,
starting.
it was.
Yes, it was. Yes,
Ooh, indeed. Yeah, I think it was actually. Yeah.
yes, it was. I think.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Yes. So, for those who don't know us, should we go round in a semicircle?
Yeah, why not? In a triangle.
Yeah, try.
Might work a bit better with three.
Go on then. Someone start.
Okay, well, hello, I'm Betty. I go by Betty101 or LadyTetrahedron, actually, quite recently.
Yes.
What should I say about myself?
I guess that's all we need to say.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Dylan, who also goes by HatBloke, and if it's a legacy account of mine from 10 years ago, it's dalekdylan, and if it's a legacy account from 5 years ago, it's Scottish Rage 101, even though I'm not Scottish. But Thomas was actually there for the making of that. We can explain that in a bit, but the man himself can introduce that.
Hello. As you may have guessed, I'm Thomas. Okay. You might see me in videos with the name of muctub, which is from ages ago. Ages. You know how kids can be when naming things.
I know, dalekdylan, for example.
Yeah.
And also, you'd probably see Coinback 3302.
And very rarely, the Flying Corporal.
Oh,
Well,
You-
that was once.
That was once,
One
but
off.
it could happen again.
I think you should
What?
reuse it. It's
Maybe.
really good.
It's a good one, that. Yeah.
Flying Corporal.
Anyway, so that's us, and this is our podcast where we just have general natter, and we talk about whatever's going on at the time. I guess it's a
In the
little time
world.
capsule, and we
Little
just
time capsule.
try and find funny news stories and all kinds of things that you'd want from a podcast. And I imagine we'll have sort of maybe little things intercut like musical cues and voice
Yeah.
impressions. There might not be any this time, but I'm sure there'll be more in time.
When we get in the swing of things, indeed, yeah.
When the
Yes.
sun swing of things, the jungle VIP.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm not talking about me.
Oh, I can't remember the words to that.
No, I know what
I'm
the song is.
I'm a king of the jungle VIP. I'm talking about, not bothering me.
I was going
I
to
don't know.
sing the Beatles song that Ringo sings. I wanna be your lover, baby. I wanna be your man. You know the one?
I do not know that one actually.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God Thomas knows it.
I know that.
That would have been embarrassing. Our topic of discussion this week is, of course, there's been a big storm in the
Massive.
UK. Big storm.
Yeah,
Miss Eunice.
Eunice. Great
Eunice.
aunt Eunice.
Yeah,
Ah, great aunt.
does
Oh,
sound like a
dear,
right
Eunice.
old lady name, doesn't it, Eunice?
Yeah.
No offence to any
Biddy.
Eunices out there.
No. It is.
To
It's
be
a fun
fair,
name.
like, that might explain why things are so windy, an old
Oh,
my
probably.
God.
Eunice.
That's true.
Wow.
Oh, God, hang on a second. Who's this?
Hello.
Huh?
Hello. Oh, excuse me. Hi, I'm Eunice. I heard you wanted to talk to me.
Hi,
Oh, yes,
Eunice.
yes.
Hi, yes.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm not bad. I've been destroying things all week. Where's a
Yeah.
woman out?
Why? Can I ask?
You know that O2 arena?
Yeah.
I always thought it would look better with a nice hole in the side.
What were you thinking? It'd be better called the H2O arena.
Yes,
The
I needed
O2
to add
arena.
the oxygen layer that I think it was deprived of from the get-go.
I mean hydrogen, not
Yeah.
oxygen. It was already O2.
She's old. It's
Oh,
you know,
sorry.
you forget
Yes,
these things.
I don't
She hasn't
know
been in
my
school for a while.
biology.
biology.
I think it's probably more chemistry. Yeah.
Chemistry? No, that's like a man loves a woman, they get together, they make a little
It might
man.
not be.
And I'm
Oh,
not
woman.
talking Warwick Davis. Although I imagine he does have parents.
Probably. Everyone has parents. What are your parents like, Eunice?
Oh, they're very, very windy. I come from a long line of wind.
Yeah, you can tell you've really inherited that trait. You've been knocking
Yes.
trees over, even.
I have, yes, that's right. Trees, bits of churches, and giant flimsy arenas.
And roofs. I saw you ripped a roof off. That
Oh,
was...
apparently I did.
you seem
First
like you're
I've
in a
heard of
right
it.
rage. You're
No,
just
get-
so blinded by the rage you can't remember.
Get out of here, Eunice. This isn't no room for you. So yeah,
Oh,
what
having a
have
good
you
chat.
guys been hearing about this storm? Because
Oh,
I
well,
basically just summed it up there with Eunice. The O2 arena is ripped
yeah,
open.
that's a big one.
Yeah, the
London,
O2
apparently, first ever red warnings in London. So
Yeah, apparently
It's
it's
terrifying.
It's supposed to be the worst rain, worst storm we've ever had.
That's what I've heard.
22 years.
only
Wow.
22 years.
Yeah.
Because
the
that
worst
is-
storm we've ever had in our lives.
oh
True.
my god, yeah.
That is the same age as the O2 arena, so that explains why this hasn't happened sooner.
Oh yeah,
Is it
because
actually?
quite a flimsy
Yes.
roof, that isn't it? So it's not.
It's
Oh.
just a tent. It's just a massive
Yeah.
tent.
How-
Is all the
how
O2.
can- May
Not a
I
big
ask, how
surprise.
the hell did you just have that in your general knowledge that the O2 arena is 22 years old, even though you weren't even born yet?
Well, I can't remember. I learnt that at school sometime. You were probably there.
You just have little bits of information in your head that just become relevant at random points. It's quite
Yeah.
interesting that.
If you want to know anything about phone boxes, Thomas, just shoot me a text.
Or windmills?
You'd have to go back a few years for that. That's all faded. The phone box stuff is sadly still there.
But yeah, I remember I was talking to my friend about maths once, just maths in general, and then they told me the story. I can't remember it completely, so this may be wrong, but I think it was possibly Pythagoras and beans. Like they were so scared of
What?
beans that they'd rather die than run through a field of beans.
Pythagoras.
That's probably
It
why
might-
he tried to find the obtuse, what was it called? The obtuse angle? So then he could avoid him.
He has been very obtuse about it.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not certain it was Pythagoras, but it was one of the big names in
Can-
maths.
You know, now you mention maths.
Hmm? Yeah.
That brings back a lot of memories. Like the time me and Dylan put, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
That's true. Yeah,
In
tell the
the,
story,
yeah.
Thomas.
So we had to do these tasks, right? And then we could choose to put music on. Near the end of the year, and the teacher really doesn't care anymore. You know,
Mm.
we've all been there, right? And she said, anyone that finishes, you can choose the song, and you go in order.
Yeah.
Everyone were putting like really serious, you know, like popular songs. You know?
Just-
No,
Yeah.
you know what they're like. You know, people trying to be more popular than what they are.
The
you know,
terrible music
Yeah.
that was
the
popular
in
at the time.
crowd, you know. And then me and Dylan, and also you, Dylan, the little git, you wouldn't even go up and do it.
No, I
It
was
had
too
to be me.
embarrassed. Yeah, I was
He
too
was,
Aw.
too
embarrassed.
embarrassed. He was literally just on the table, just looking down, shaking his head, laughing. I got up and just put, if you're happy, and you know,
Clap your hands.
And the thing is, I don't know which is worse, me going up and actually doing it, or me actually singing along and doing
Oh,
the
we-
clap
Oh,
in my hand.
definitely the second one.
We spent like the first 20 seconds just breaking down laughing, didn't we, Thomas? While everyone just looked at us like we had 3 heads.
Yeah, and then Miss just looked at us and was just like, well, this is
Okay.
what I listened to with my son in the car anyway. To me, it really didn't bother me.
Yeah. Oh, that was
And
funny.
then, and then there was also a time where a supply teacher just blanked us.
That's true. We called
We
him.
literally shouted, "Sir!" across the room, and he didn't batter an eyelid. It's like he was invisible.
We called him Anton
Bruce
Dubek, didn't we?
Forsyth.
Or Bruce
Bruce
Forsyth.
Forsyth.
Because he looked like one of them. And yeah, he would just walk past Thomas when he had his hand up.
Really?
And he would go, "Sir, sir," and he would just not look. He even ignored me sometimes as well.
Really?
It's
Did you do it to anyone
insane.
else?
It was just
Thomas.
Thomas and sometimes me. He wouldn't
Oh
ignore
my
anybody
God.
else, would he?
No,
Wow,
everyone else it was like
prejudice.
instant, or it was like, "I'll be there in a second."
Oh my god. Yeah, I had this mad science teacher that would do sort of the same thing. He was just crazy. He was in his own little world all the time. And one time somebody for 5 minutes was just going, "Sir, sir."
Blimey.
So 5 minutes straight. And he was just stood there with a pen in his mouth and his mouth open and just staring, and he didn't blink for the whole 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes he just went, "Huh?"
Huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is the same man who, back when fidget spinners were a thing, we all loved those times.
Of course.
Yeah, somebody was playing with one, and he was like, "What's that? Give me it here." And we obviously thought that the kid was in trouble. And he started to play with it, and he was just mesmerised. So he got a clamp, and he put it on the clamp, and then he was just basically broke his arm off just hitting it and making it go really fast like a windmill. Then he took it off and started playing with it and accidentally dropped it. And
Oh.
it zoomed across a table. And you know those science tables with the gas taps on and
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
yeah, so what's coming next would be quite painful. Books everywhere, people trying to work. He leapt across the table like a penguin going
Oh,
across ice.
God.
Paper goes everywhere. All this just to get the fidget spinner.
It sounds
He
like
was,
a psychopath.
yeah, he was crazy.
Well, you know, I
Yeah,
remember being in science,
yeah.
and this particular day, it was my form time, and then the bomb threat happened.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. I
That
remember
was mad. Yeah,
Yeah.
a bomb threat at a UK school. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got so many. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
I remember there was a full-on teacher panicking more than the students were at one point.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
she
were.
was like literally crying, like in tears, like devastated.
Well, it was really scary. Yeah, I remember.
There was this kid, and I don't know why. He really peed me off, right? I used to get taxis, right?
Mhm.
School used to arrange them, and they arranged it at this one point, right? So there was a supposed bomb, right? And there's 2 sites to our school, or there were.
They
right?
were at the time. Yeah.
For context, right, people. So I was going from danger, right? From a potential bomb, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows what that is. You can go kaboom,
Yeah.
right? For
Do
those
they?
who don't know, a little bit of onomatopoeia for description for you,
It's beauty.
right? And then I finally got in the taxi. I was like, "Oh, yes, okay, right, let's go home," you know.
Yeah.
And then we had to go and pick up this little git, right, and to go into the danger once more. And do you know, he wasn't even waiting for us. He bloody, the bloody, I could say a couple choice words, but yeah, the little git, right, wasn't even waiting for us.
Right.
The taxi driver had to go and get him, putting our lives at danger. There was a couple of us, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but that really annoyed me. and it was just like, you know, just like, ooh, how the gore, just the gore, like how, you know, ooh. You know.
I'm not surprised you were annoyed, to be honest. I mean,
No.
They were just like, what are you doing? You know, it's just, ooh. The thing is, though, at the time, I think I was like year 10.
yeah,
I
it was
wanna
year
say.
10.
Year
Yeah.
10, year 9, year 10. And he was like year 7, so I couldn't really say nothing.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's mad.
So, yeah.
I like how we've gone from talking about the storm to old school stories. That's now the new topic of this part, I think.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I can bring it back to the storm. But Dylan, you were going to say something earlier.
I've got
do you
two more.
remember?
On about the storm,
Oh.
the day before that we had another bomb threat, but we had to wait in a field where it was peeing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I
Mad.
remember because I wasn't there for the next day. I was ill.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
ill.
Do you remember as well? Was you, yeah, because you was in my farm, right? We was in each other's farm at that point, weren't we?
I was
Dylan,
in
right?
3 of your forms, wasn't I? 9, 10, and 11.
Yes, yeah, right. And we were literally in assembly, weren't we?
I think we were. Yeah.
And then they said, "Oh, we need to get out. We need to get out."
Oh,
They
God.
lined us up on the
Feet,
playground,
yeah.
and then they moved us back onto the field. We was there for a good couple hours, weren't we?
We were. We were.
Right.
We knew then that it wasn't just a fire drill.
So we didn't have time to get our coats, get our nothing. He was absolutely peeing it down at this point. We were just stood there. We couldn't even sit down on the grass, it was that wet, and we were just like, right then, what do we do?
Was
And then
I
when we
here
get
at
in-
this point?
I
Year
don't
10.
know. And then when we got
Yeah.
in,
Probably not.
Yeah.
the
I
police
might
were
have just
checking
been.
our bags, and I remember
Yeah,
this,
for a
this
week
guy
after that.
behind me, one of my mates from the farm, he was absolutely babbing it because he had bags in his bag.
Oh
Wow.
dear.
Absolutely bagging it, and
Serves him right.
and he hid behind me to message one of his friends saying that they're checking bags, hide your bags,
I
hide
think
them.
I was there because I remember being out in the rain for ages and then being like, oh, it's just a fire drill. And we all knew it wasn't because, you know, it obviously wasn't. And then seeing the police pull up and checking everyone's bags, and I was just thinking, what the hell is going on? It made it scarier that they didn't tell us what was happening.
Is it just me, right? Or at that point, everyone turns to like a forensic scientist.
Yeah.
They
Well,
do.
there's no smoke coming up from that building. There's no smoke from that building. I can practically guarantee you that there is not a fire. And it's just like everybody, like, with all of our like 2-minute knowledge of like NCIS, what is it? You know, that sort of program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, just everyone just like, yep, that ain't a fire.
Was this the same one that ended up being a tuna sandwich in tin foil?
I've not heard of that before.
Had you not?
No.
Because they got the police dogs in to search, and they thought they found a bomb. It was this silver thing tucked away somewhere, and it was a tuna sandwich.
Oh, great.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
No,
that.
so
That must have
either
been
it was
after
a-
our time, Thomas.
I think it must have been. Either it was a coincidence that was just there, or maybe somebody had called in the bomb threat and then put that
Jesus.
there for some reason. But anyway, Tom, what were your 2 stories? I'm dying to know.
Yeah, on the subject of being ignored, I guess, or silent teachers standing there. One time, this was in English. One time, a friend of mine made a valid point about what we were reading, and all I remember about was the sentence ended with "one gust could change everything." It was about a poem we had to read, and the teacher stood there for 20 seconds, saying nothing. The classroom was silent except for me snickering, and then she went, "No." No. Oh, it was so stupid. No.
You know what? That reminds
Go on,
me
Thomas.
of a time at college.
At college,
where
okay.
I don't know why this was a thing. It just was. I
Right.
was in a very strange mood,
Yeah.
Oh no.
and I thought I insulted the teacher. Do you know how I thought I insulted the teacher?
How's that?
I had one of those really loud burps, and then the teacher just suddenly just stood up and just like rushed out.
Oh.
And I genuinely thought, and she was out for like a good half an hour. And I would genuinely, with like I were meant to be doing work at this point.
Right.
But I was talking to my friends, and I genuinely thought I'd insulted my teacher, and she's found it offensive.
Oh.
I was like full on babbing it. She came back and I was like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And they were just like, "Yeah, why?" It was just going from one extreme to the other. I said, you know, it was so weird that day.
Yeah, that sounds bizarre. Yeah, well, my last story, which I guess we can end this segment with,
Yeah.
we were going back to me and Thomas in maths again. Same room, same year. Although we had that room for 2 years, didn't we, Thomas? I think. Did we?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
did.
think we did. But, okay, so, we're there at our table just doing our work, aren't we? As we do. Me and Thomas, we were hard workers at school.
Yeah. Mm.
And we could hear this strange noise coming from behind us. We thought, what is that? And we looked around, and we could see the people behind us weren't. We could call them chaps. Why not? They were chaps. Let's be honest. And they were there.
Roadmen for those.
That's it. Roadmen.
Like people that don't know.
Yeah.
The word chav.
I guess for Americans it would be rednecks, maybe. Their equivalent of that.
I'm not sure.
Not
Perhaps.
quite rednecks.
No.
Completely different.
But they were like chattering and smirking as usual. So we just assumed it was them making noise, playing stuff on their phone. But it kept going, and then Thomas made a sudden realisation, didn't you, Thomas? You looked in your pocket, and it was your phone, out of the blue, playing an alien ringtone.
Wait, is that copyrighted or can we play it now?
Oh, God,
Yeah.
I can't imagine it would be, because it's a ringtone. It could go off.
Can you edit it in?
1 second, let me get it up.
Oh,
yes.
Thomas is going to play it, because it is, to this day, it's still his ringtone for me. We made it that on that day, many years ago now. I can already hear it in my brain.
Me too.
Is it,
1 second.
I could have just called you in this time, Thomas.
No, 1 second.
We should all do an a cappella of it.
Oh, I can't go that high.
I don't know if I could, maybe.
Did you hear it?
No.
No?
It's saying it picked it up on Audacity.
Oh, well, we're not on Audacity, Thomas. We're on Discord.
Well, to sort of bring it back to the storm to level off this section, I just was thinking when Thomas was telling that story about that person that he didn't like, not waiting for them and being selfish in a dangerous situation, bring it back to the storm. Today, I was watching the news with my mum, and then we just saw these people. So obviously the wind was extreme, which goes hand in hand with really rough tides. And there were just these videos of people swimming, and it's just, what are you doing?
Just swimming in
someone's
the
gonna
sea.
have to, yeah.
They were swimming, that's what they were doing.
And people will have to go out and save them if they get caught up in it, meaning they have to risk their lives for a silly decision. So it's just what
very
that
odd,
made me think of, yeah.
Very
in
odd. Very
Times of the
odd.
storm. Indeed.
No, yeah.
Well, it's been super windy here, but then today it's just snowed. It's just calmed down.
Let it
Yeah, it
snow,
looked really
let
pretty.
It snow, let it snow.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
It was just really windy here. Yesterday it sounded like there was some sort of wolf outside just going ooh the whole time. It was quite scary. Like,
How do you know there wasn't?
I don't. I'm still scared. I haven't been outside, I'm afraid. But yeah, I went up to the attic and it was terrifying. It's spooky enough up there, but then just hearing the whistles and very scary.
Yes, well, we've clearly not had the worst of it. Have you guys seen the video of the church spire falling down?
That terrified. I saw that
No,
on the
I
news,
haven't.
and
You've not seen that, Thomas? Oh, I'll link you it.
Really?
I'll link you that
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's horrible. Just want to clarify, everyone, that we're not making fun of this situation. It's truly horrible.
Oh, we're making fun of the O2 because no one got hurt there, and it's a stupid thing
Yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah, but otherwise, so really upset for the people affected by that.
Here you go, Thomas. Now, the funny thing is, I don't know if this is true or not, but as far as I'm aware, this is in the same area as the church that fell apart in the Hot Fuzz film.
Really?
Is it?
So people have made an edit of that spy falling off
wow.
and hitting Tim Messenger
Tim Messenger.
on the
yeah.
head, which I think is great.
Oh, wow, yeah.
We're now getting a live reaction of Thomas watching
Ooh.
the spire falling.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yep, there it goes.
What the hell? What the hell?
I know,
It's
how does a
weird
thing
how
like that
clean
happen?
cut it is as well, yeah. Why just the
Okay.
top?
Almost as if a bunch of cultists did it to stop
I'm
us.
sorry, I wasn't expecting that edit. Then
The edit? What edit?
You sent me
Oh!
the one there.
My God, yeah, I
Killed
just got
Tom
jump
Edit.
scared by that.
Oh, God. Oh, you don't want to suddenly be confronted by that scene.
That's the
I
very.
always look away at that.
That's
still.
the very thing I was talking about.
I
Oh my
wasn't
God, sorry about that, Thomas.
expecting-
I just
Oh,
assumed
wow.
this was a BBC source because I hovered over it and it said BBC. Wow.
Genuinely, I don't know what
I
it was.
wondered
I just
why-
wasn't expecting it. It was so bloody
Yeah, that is the scene from Hot Fuzz there. I don't know if we can
Yeah.
play that
It is.
in the YouTube version of this, but I could probably have the Spire clip
Yeah,
playing.
when you're not expecting it, that was like. What?
No,
We
no,
got your
I-
reaction live to that.
Yeah, I wondered why you kept reacting because, I heard you say about the spire falling, and then you said something else afterwards, and I was just like, what? Did you watch it again, or?
Oh, that's funny. That. Sorry, Thomas. I just jump scared you for the sake of it there.
Traumatized.
Ah, but anyway, so
Oh,
that's what's been going on. Let's do funny news then. Okay, that's a good sign. Have you had any luck, Thomas?
No, not yet.
I've got 3.
I've got 4.
4, blimey.
Yeah.
Well, I'll stop looking then. Well, that's a good sign.
Yeah, but it's me, and I laugh at almost everything.
I'm just amused by the fact I sent Thomas the clip with the Tim Messenger getting his
Yeah.
head impaled.
Oh,
Okay, I found one.
Yeah, one's good enough. One's good enough. We are now in the second part of the podcast, where it's funny news.
David
we're gonna be
Attenborough's joined us.
Funny news.
we're gonna
Funny news.
funny news. Funny
Oh,
news. Well, I imagine in the future we'll get a nice jingle going there, but we don't have one yet.
Yeah, good idea.
And yeah, so it's recent headlines that are funny, or maybe some old news that no one might have heard. That's funny. So
What the hell?
what?
You okay?
I don't even know what I'm reading.
Okay.
What does it say?
Do you want me to read this out first?
Yeah.
Go on then. You start us off, Thomas.
Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina-scented candles begin inexplicitly exploding.
Oh my god.
What?
Well, that's just all over the place to begin with. That.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Can you break
I'm
that
surprised
down
you
for
don't know
us,
what you're reading.
please?
Yeah. What?
I just
Wow, you're.
man.
Go on.
That's-
Go on, son.
Read that. There you go.
Me,
I'll
you
let you
send
read
it.
it.
You've got to read it out. It's a podcast. They can't see it.
Right. The coronavirus pandemic and subsequent lockdowns turned the 2020 holiday season into a bleak state of affairs. However, for 50 years, 50-year-old media consultant Jodie Thompson and her colleagues, there was no reason to have Zoom-based Christmas party. Completing in a quiz with her peers, she won a particular candle named Smells Like My Vagina. The item was designed by Gwyneth Paltrow after years of movie star and Academy Award winning for Best Actress. Paltrow founded a lifestyle company called Goop in 2018, and it has since grown $250 million brand that sells
God.
clothing.
Oh,
Perfume.
clothing. I thought you meant the candle.
And this vagina $75 vagina-scented candle.
Jesus!
Living-
$75.
$75.
Oh, some people are
And
perverted.
living in the studio apartment in Kilburn, North London, with her partner and 2 cats, Thompson unwrapped the candle and did as is instructed, after trimming the wick and setting it on a coaster.
Right.
She lit the candle and let its aroma waft through her home.
Waft.
When, without warning, flames engulfed her living room. The candle exploded, emitting huge flames with bits of flying everywhere, said
Oh.
Thompson. I've never seen anything like it. The whole thing was ablaze, and it was too hot to touch. There was an inferno in my room.
Oh my
We
God.
eventually got under control and threw it out of the front door. When the group itself learnt of the incident, the spokesperson said they could not verify the product's authenticity as it hadn't been purchased from a proper outlet.
Oh dear.
Fortunately, neither Thompson or her boyfriend nor the 2 cats were harmed.
God.
Wow.
They had 2 cats as well.
Yeah, that
Is that a
must be
candle mate
terrifying.
smells like 2 cats?
Oh,
idea.
God.
I
Wow.
don't even know where to begin.
No.
Did you see what you've done, Thomas?
1 second, sorry.
1 second. He's going to now go and get one of those candles. He's inspired. I don't want to look it up. I don't want it in my history.
Don't.
I don't want to.
$75 for.
I wouldn't buy a
Such a
candle that
candle.
smells of... I don't know. I wouldn't buy any candle for that.
No, I mean, well, possibly they do candles that have rings in them that have proper jewels on them. So possibly, but even then, that's a bit much.
But that would always be waxy. You just put it on and it would feel weird.
No, they are in little containers in the thing. But what if it burnt? Is my thought. You know, it's too close to the wick and just burns.
Especially if it smells like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to wear that.
I don't know. When it burns.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Thomas.
Talking about fun headlines. This is the one I was laughing my head off at when I found it.
Go on.
So, I'm not good at reading stuff out when I'm laughing around. Swan in peril turns out to be plastic chair.
What?
As RSPCA races to the scene.
Oh, you've got to keep reading. I'm
Okay, let me-
intrigued.
I am as well. Do you want? I know this will only be in the YouTube version, but do you want me to send you the image?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can show that on the YouTube version.
Yeah. hold on,
Swan
I'll
in
get it for
peril.
you. I know, that's what got me hooked. Swan in peril.
Swan in peril.
Oh god.
Swan
Okay.
in peril.
I guess
RSPCA off. Oh, sorry.
it kind of does look like a swan, I suppose.
It does from afar, but you'd think you'd look a bit closer. I mean, good on them for trying to get them there as soon as possible, I guess. But
You can imagine why the RSPCA were racing, because if they don't, the Queen's going to have their head.
oh yeah, RSPCA officers rushed to rescue a chair from a river, a toy tiger in distress, and a man from his own sofa last year. Apparently,
A man? What?
a man from his own sofa. Why would they rescue a man if they're the RSPCA? I heard yesterday. Speaking of that, though, that I was just in a psychology lesson talking about. For some reason, my teacher seems to think in the future we're going to grow phones on our hands.
Right.
So we were talking about people growing things, and someone said that a man grew into his chair, into his sofa, like his skin fused with the sofa.
Well, he was a couch potato, and he
Yeah, and he was sat there for so long that his skin actually fused, so he kind of became the sofa.
Right. That is
Nice series.
weird.
Yeah, we even looked it up, and there were pictures. So I don't even know how that could happen.
Can that happen? Can that happen to someone? Let's say if they wear their glasses all the time. Can their glasses fuse to
Ooh,
their
I
face?
What I think is, if it was a leather surfer, you can.
He sweated onto it.
Yeah, and get stuck.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Don't wear
Oh,
leather
right.
glasses,
Otherwise,
people.
My glasses would
Don't.
just be attached to my face.
Yeah, surely everybody's would. That's
Yeah,
mad.
I've got no idea what kind of... Because wouldn't he have to get up to go to the bathroom and stuff? So you could never be there for long enough for your skin to fuse to a sofa, but it happened. So,
Must have been
crazy.
just hot enough for that to happen.
Yeah, but back to this story. A passing driver had pulled over to call experts when he saw the bird in peril.
Guys,
Describing-
Swan! Go on.
Describing the incident, Officer Graham Hammond said, I went out to check on the bird and had prepared to call out water rescue team for backup. But before they hit the road, I managed to get closer and get a good look at the bird, which turned out to be a white plastic chair floating in the water.
This one was a swan.
Oh, here's another one. Another blunder listed in the RSPCA's funniest callouts of 2021 was a crying dog spotted tethered tightly to a boat canal in London. It turns out that it was a tiger plush tied to the front.
What? It was crying? How did they know it was crying?
I don't know. That's
That was
what
the
I don't
dog
understand.
attached to the one next door, but they didn't care about that dog.
No, they just wanted a tiger. But yeah, someone said they were really worried that they could be walking into a dire situation involving a dog in a really serious predicament, but
That's
no,
mad.
it's just a stuffed toy tiger.
Bloody hell. What a story.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of mine are that good. I've got a headline here that I've not read the whole thing of yet.
Ooh.
An odd APB, whatever that means, is out for northern Michigan. Police are on the hunt for a cabin. The owner of the missing cabin says it disappeared from where it stood in Cold Springs Township. Investigators know it was likely taken late last year and was possibly put on the back of a trailer.
No.
I don't know how you could fit a whole cabin on a trailer,
No, what?
but apparently that's what's happened here.
How could you... A cabin? Like a log cabin?
Yeah, a log cabin from the woods.
Oh my god.
It was yeah.
How?
The cabin's brown, 12 by 28 feet, with
my
a
God.
white coloured door and a copper metal roof. In case either of you've seen it, of course.
Oh yeah, that was walking down the street the other day.
Yeah, that's
Or
what.
walking
Wow.
down the street.
But yeah, maybe... I don't even think a strong wind could take that away and there'd be debris, so what on earth? Maybe aliens.
I don't think wind can drive trailers.
I mean, maybe. if
That
it's
brings a
strong
whole
enough.
new meaning to the song. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house. He's taking it away. Our
Oh,
house on the run from the street.
Oh god, I found another interesting title to do with an animal.
Go on.
The picture doesn't even look real. Once again, this would just be for the YouTube one. There's quite a stern woman on one side, and then what doesn't look like a real mole on the other. But
Oh.
mole found hunting for bargains in pound stretcher is named Ernest.
Ernest the mole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bargain hunting mole. They frightened staff and it came around to be called Ernest. It's thought to have stowed away on a pallet to get inside and spent about 4 hours browsing before he spotted hiding by the tills.
Oh. Did they keep him?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
I mean, when
It
it's,
doesn't even look real though, does it? It looks fake.
that does look like a fake mole. Yes.
It does. I feel like this might be a bogus. Judy helped put the mole in a basket before taking him back across the road to a wooded area around 500 yards away. So,
Oh, that's nice.
and then there's this picture of this woman with the caption, Judy Brewis had never seen a mole before.
Never in her life.
No.
It's just, you know.
What do you think to that, Thomas? What would you do if you saw a mole shopping?
If I saw a mole shopping,
Yeah.
I think I'd react like Austin Powers. Molly, 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 molly.
Oh yeah, I want to cut it up and make guacamole.
Oh god. Yeah, I'd be terrified because it kind of looks like a rat. It says it's rat-sized.
They're blind, aren't they? So how can it? Is it smelling the bargains?
I think so. We can all smell a bargain from.
I can smell there's been a price cut over here.
Oh, speaking of, once again, I've got another animal.
Oh, here she
One.
goes.
I'm just finding all the animal ones here. Pig wanders into working men's club and is lured out by cheese and onion crisps.
Oh.
The pig, believed to be called Roddy, ran around the bar hoping to get stroked.
Hoping to what?
Get strokes.
Strokes. Oh, that's lovely.
That's really cute.
What was his name? Toddy?
Roddy.
Roddy.
Bloody-
Toddy. Roddy
Oh
the pig.
dear. Roddy the beautiful pig.
The question is, of course, would you stroke it?
I think I would.
Sure,
It looks
Roddy.
really fluffy.
I don't know if I would. A big
Oh,
pig. You can't
yeah.
trust a pig, I don't think.
No, they
You
can
can't
bite.
trust a pig.
Oh, you're right. That's quite small, actually. That's quite a small. I was
Yeah.
expecting a big round pink thing,
No.
but that looks
No,
quite
it's
nice.
Do you mean like Peppa
Furry
Pig?
and Peppa the pig.
Like Daddy Pig. That's how I picture all pigs.
Yeah.
Overweight, chubby, ready to be sliced.
Angry. Angry faces and. Yeah, no, but it looks quite cute. It's quite fluffy, and I mean, it's a pig that's come out of nowhere. I would probably, in all honesty, jump on the table in fright. But you know, it's quite sweet. I love that they had to lure it out with crisps as well. I feel like you could do that to any of us. Just lay some crisps on the floor.
Especially cheese and onion. I've got a
Oh, yeah.
bag of them in my cupboard. Well, I've got
I
some
won't.
more, but this segment's gone on quite a while. Shall I read out one more, or
Yeah, go for it.
do you have one, Thomas? Is yours? If you don't have one, I'll read out one of mine. But they don't seem that funny.
A New Zealand city council fired its official wizard after 20 years of service.
I've heard about this one. Oh,
What?
yes. Tell Betty about it. That's a good one. That.
Please do.
So, it's when Ian Brackenbury Chanel
Chanel, maybe.
first
Yeah.
appeared in Town Square on Christchurch, New Zealand in 1976. Locals were befuddled and bemused, standing on the ladder while dressed in a cloak and a pointy hat. The self-described wizard addressed passers-by and cast spells. While the police initially tried to forcibly remove him, residents protested in Channel's favour. Channel continued freely performing on the Daily Bias and was even declared a living work of art in 1982 by New Zealand Gallery
Wow.
Directors Association.
Bloody
His
hell.
true legacy began in 1998. However, when he accepted the city's offer to become the official state-appointed wizard of Christchurch for nearly a quarter of a century, Channel earned an annual tax-free salary of $11,000
Oh
Wow.
my
from
god.
the city until October 2021, when the city council terminated his contract.
But why?
Determined to leave aesthetics related to the Lord of the Rings behind, the city council curated a new tourism campaign that no longer had any use for a wizard of yore. And city spokesperson Lynn McKelland said he would forever be a part of our history. But the move left Channel pounding his staff in a furious rage. It implies that I am boring and old, but there is nobody else anything like me in Christchurch, he said. It's just they don't like me because they are boring old aristocrats, I think.
That makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
And
Wow.
everyone likes me, and no one likes them. And even
Oh.
though Channel had hoped for Christchurch residents to rally behind him to keep his job, his last paycheck from the city came in December.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think
dear.
he can complain, really.
Yeah, you got, what was it, 15 years?
25.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it
god,
says.
really?
You forget it's the
Yeah.
2020s now, Betty.
Yeah, I do. I know.
Yeah, it's easy to forget.
Not even that old, and I'm still living in the 90s.
But yeah, there we go.
Oh my god.
That's a good one, that.
Wow.
Imagine that being
Yeah.
paid to just act like a loony all day. I guess that's what a lot of people do already, comedians.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Carr
That's
with
a
his
good job.
stupid laugh.
Gimme.
Oh,
Oh, I can't stand the man.
No, me neither.
Sorry
It's
for
a shame
listening to
'cause I
this, Jimmy
like-
Carr.
If we get him listening, that would be amazing.
Well, he's going to hate us now.
Well,
I
yeah,
listened to
oh
this
well.
podcast and they tried making fun of my laugh. And he'll do that thing where he looks round as if, when everyone's laughing, he'll look round like, why is everyone laughing? That's what he always
Oh
does.
yeah,
Stupid
yeah,
face.
yeah. I noticed that.
Sorry, Jimmy. Change your
But
ways,
yeah.
lad.
Oh, well, I have this. This might not go in. I've just found this
We'll make this the last
this
one.
news article. Oh well, I don't know if you want to put it in. It just made me laugh because I really wasn't expecting to read this. Is this the foot-long preserved penis of Rasputin?
Rasputin. Oh my god.
So, yeah, there you go. That's a good way to end that.
Can I tell you guys one that I just found as well?
Go on then, lad.
Yeah.
A drunk man reported missing in Turkey joined his own search party for hours.
I've heard that. That is so
I think
good.
I've heard that too as well. What did he think when they were shouting his name? What did he think?
I have no clue.
That's mad.
I suppose they don't shout your last name as well, though, do they?
I don't know, I've never been lost.
No, but they're not gonna just like shout like
Tony Robinson.
yeah.
Robin
it won't be
Tony,
like that. It would just be Tony.
Tony, get back
Where
here.
are you, Tony?
You got to
Well, yeah,
finish filming
'cause-
Time Team.
What are the chances of two people with the same first name being lost at the same time? So yeah, they probably only.
Well,
say
if
the
your name's
first one.
Ethelred or Lysander, probably very slim.
Yeah.
What was his name, Thomas? What was his name? If you've got it still.
Byham.
What?
What?
Byham Mutlu.
Is this from like another
Mutlu.
country?
This is from Turkey.
Oh, well, that
Turkey.
yeah,
Ah.
okay. We'll let them off then. Because I mean,
yeah.
if I was shouting that name out, I'm sure only one head would turn in 1,000.
Yeah.
I've never heard that name before.
No, me neither. It's cool though. Sounds fun. But I was just thinking, what?
Yeah, so it'd be Byham. Byham?
Beham. Well, it's
Totally random moment.
ping.
Woo!
Yes, it's time for totally random moment,
Yay!
which we're not quite sure what we're going to do yet because it's a totally random,
Random
moment.
moment.
Well, we need to think of
Did
something.
you know
Oh, go on.
there's a place in Japan, okay,
Yeah.
where there's a castle and it has an orange juice tap.
An orange juice tap.
A tap that you turn it and orange juice comes out.
Oh, that's
How
brilliant.
do they keep that clean?
Well, it's a very massive tourist destination, so
Right, I guess that makes
Probably
sense.
have a team.
yeah.
That's a pretty good idea. That there is. I have heard these
Yeah.
stories that a celebrity once lived next door to a beer, brewery, and he paid them a lot to get a beer tap installed in his house, so that
Oh,
he
that's
could basically
so cool.
just get beer straight from the brewery.
Does that mean like he's got like a lifetime subscription to the
Basically,
beer?
yeah, basically.
Yeah, lifetime
And he doesn't have to
supply.
pay a thing besides his one-time payment, or would it be like monthly installments after?
I think he just paid the one time, or it might have even been a free gesture from the brewery. I don't know.
Really?
I read
Oh
this
my
story
God.
long ago.
Oh.
Yeah, there's also
The
the story.
details are
Of,
lost to time.
there was this thing
Could
where
you imagine the people that moved in there after? They'll be like, oh, look at my hands."
look what we've got. I mean, that would raise the house's value by quite a lot,
Yeah.
probably.
Substantial.
Well, it depends if you like beer or not.
True. I mean, what else? I mean, you could cover it up, I guess. You
Yeah,
could
but why
put
would
a-
you do that?
If you don't like beer.
Like, even if you don't like beer, I'd still like show it off.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's
look
my
at what
tap.
I've got.
Look upon it. You could sell the beer, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You could open a bar. But makes sense. In a similar vein, you could once buy a lifetime plane ticket for massive amount of money, but it would mean you'd never have to buy one again.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
and there was that bloke, wasn't there, that constantly was on him.
Constantly on it, constantly bringing guests with him, and it ended up costing the airline a fortune that they had to
Because
Really?
take his ticket
didn't
away.
he end up like getting way worth what like the normal ticket's worth? Because it was like first class. wasn't
10
it, as
times
well?
at least, I think.
So he like
Oh my
he
God.
just like literally went somewhere to come back, right? To have his dinner on the plane and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We're just so we could have first class treatment.
I mean, good on him. You know, if you've got that going for you. You know, if you're able to do that, then why not make use of it? You know.
This could be totally wrong because I haven't read it for years, but I think he paid about 10 grand for it and ended up costing them 800 grand.
Oh my god!
Something along those lines. Which,
Wow.
why would you pay that for a plane ticket?
On
Yeah.
about that, right? On about planes. Did you know Hooters? Have you heard of Hooters before?
Owls.
I think.
you know the American pub
Oh, maybe.
think so,
I don't
yeah.
think
that
I
on
do.
films.
I'll just go on. I don't think I do.
They had an airport company,
All right.
their own planes service. Yeah.
That is odd.
Yeah,
Have you
like
heard?
companies have the weirdest shared things. Like, isn't it Yamaha that do keyboards and motorbikes?
They do. They should mix them together. So when you're driving, you can get a 12-bar blues going.
That'd be brilliant. You just got that on the handlebars.
Depending on the type of concrete, it changes the type of song.
Like on Minecraft when you use the music block on different things, yeah.
Yes, it would.
That's what. Yeah.
It would.
But totally random moment. Right. What would you do? Like, I don't know how to phrase. What would you do if you... Because this happened to me.
Okay.
What would you do if you heard this sound that sounds like a motorbike, right? And then... and then something comes over the hill, and it turns out to be a bike that has someone playing a trombone on it.
What? You experienced this?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
No way.
On my way back from school.
I don't
Yeah.
believe it.
No, it genuinely happened. I just had this brrr, brrr,
That's hilarious.
coming up this bridge. And I'm just thinking, wow, that's a weird sounding motorbike. And then in comes this guy on a regular bike going brrr, on like a tuba or something.
That is
And
funny.
I didn't know what to do with myself. I fumbled to get my phone to record, but of course it was over the bloody hill.
I
by
think
the
I'd
time
cheer. I'd clap and cheer.
Yeah, I know. I was
Fist
just
pump the air.
stunned silence.
What would you do, Thomas?
I laughed, I cried.
To be fair, I think I'd phone someone and just be like, am I imagining things?
I know, to this, maybe it was a dream, but I really do remember it happening.
That's
In a
funny.
linear event. It's just, I was just thinking about motorbikes and music, and it just reminded me of that. Never forget that, and I was so upset that he'd gone. He was going quite fast. I don't know how he was playing and driving at the same time.
Wow.
But yeah, he went quite fast, so I didn't get him on video, and I was so upset with myself.
If we can all
But
think
I
of...
was just...
Okay.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, if we can all think of more stuff like that for next time, because this is what this segment should be like. But we've
Yeah.
talked a lot today already,
We have.
so we might have to wrap it up, I think.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I was just in stunned silence.
I imagine you were, yeah.
Nobody else was around either, and I was just thinking, is anyone else seeing this? I looked around, there's no one there, and I was just thinking, there's no way this is really happening. And I've always hoped, this was about 3-4 years ago, and every day I've hoped I'd see him again. Never have.
Damn it. He'll be around.
Yeah.
He probably
I
goes
hope
town
so.
to town doing it.
Yeah.
Down to down.
I
Town
would
to
if I had that
town.
skill.
Well, I
Oh,
think we're going to wrap that up there. That's been our first
Yeah.
podcast, and I think that's gone pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. It's really fun. What about you, Thomas?
Yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
we'll have to, obviously, we'll iron it out in the future, get more stuff in, take more stuff out, and
Yeah.
see what happens. But we'll end the podcast there, and if Thomas, you would like to sing your merry song.
The beautiful.
It's a cruel world after all. Just joking. Goodbye, my brothers. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my sisters. Goodbye, my